bringing you valuable insights by interpreting great books from around the world. Hi, this is Sally from Sally's Book Talks. Today, we're diving into the book Exponential Organizations. Exponential organizations are the 11 key attributes for building unicorn companies. Exponential organizations leverage rapidly developing new technologies to boost output or influence. To quantify it, exponential organizations achieve at least tenfold growth in output within 4 to 5 years. Currently, there's a high overlap between unicorn companies and exponential organizations, since unicorns hit valuations over $1 billion in a relatively short time. For traditional setups, even top-tier companies struggle to grow that fast. But in today's internet age, exponential organizations are popping up everywhere. For instance, YouTube got bought by Google for $1.65 billion in under 2 years after launch. Exponential organizations. How do they pull off such crazy growth? So how do you build one? This book interpretation answers all that for you. Rooted in internet tech, it proposes building info-based distributed structures to slash costs, set up rapid iteration, and deliver over tenfold growth in output. The author, Salim Ismail, is a big name in Silicon Valley and a core speaker at Singularity University, ex-COO of Naiway Business Forum, Yahoo VP, and head of new product development. Plus, he made Ryan Media's 40 Under 40 list. Co-authored with Michael Malone and Yuri Van Geest, this book, Exponential Organizations, got named Best Business Book of 2014 by Frost & Sullivan. After covering the basics, let's break down the two key takeaways. First, what attributes define exponential organizations? Second, how do you build one? First up, the attributes of exponential organizations. By studying the world's 100 fastest growing startups over 6 years, the author pinpointed common traits, one key attribute, 5 external ones, and 5 internal ones. One key attribute is MTP. MTP stands for Massive Transformative Purpose. It means a massive transformative purpose. Almost every exponential organization has a lofty and passionate goal. For example, Google's goal is to organize the world's information. Google's goal is to make innovation accessible to everyone. Upon closer look, you'll find each phrase exudes grand ambition, but none says what the company does. All are about what it aims to achieve. This is because the main purpose of MTP is to attract people both inside and outside the organization. Internally, a strong MTP inspires strong value recognition, attracting top talent to join. Externally, detailed, an inspiring MTP builds a community around the exponential organization, forming a spontaneous ecosystem, creating independent customer circles, and thus generating marketing and support services. Apple is a great example. Its MTP is to disrupt the world, to make a dent in the universe. Under the influence of this compelling goal, Apple fans not only line up outside stores before product launches, but also engage in Apple's mission to disrupt the world, developing countless accessories and millions of apps. MTP is key to a company achieving exponential growth, and it's a unique competitive advantage. If the massive transformative purpose covers all bases, competitors lose the initiative and can only play second fiddle. For instance, Google's MTP is to organize the world's information, making it unlikely for another company to jump in and say, "We'll also organize the world's information, but better." Setting a massive transformative purpose is like staking a claim in advertising. For example, Alibaba, from the start, proclaimed, "Make it easy to do business anywhere," establishing its unique advantage and understanding the meaning and purpose of MTP. Now, let's look at the external attributes of exponential organizations. There are 5 external attributes for exponential organizations: on-demand staff, community and crowds, algorithms, leveraged assets, and engagement. These 5 attributes provide effective management methods and tools, ensuring they operate efficiently and orderly. achieving rapid expansion. The first external attribute is on-demand staff, which allows exponential organizations to maintain necessary flexibility and innovation speed in a rapidly changing world. For a long time, managers believed talent was key to company growth and tried everything to retain top performers. This perspective isn't wrong in itself, but most people only grasp half of it. The real key to growth is maintaining talent with up-to-date skills, not just retaining people. Because in today's fast evolving tech landscape, almost nobody can keep their skills current. In the past, a skill's half-life was about 30 years, but now it's dropped to around 5 years. A large workforce isn't just costly, it constantly risks skill obsolescence. The solution-oriented, confident, soft-core team while sourcing temporary labor externally, on-demand staff. The internet provides efficient platforms for hiring on-demand staff. For example, gig work in the US is a job posting platform. When Procter & Gamble wants to know where their products are placed in supermarkets, they can hire thousands through this platform for a few dollars each and get answers within an hour. These platforms also offer high-skilled workers. In 2011, U.S. insurance giant Allstate hosted an online competition to see if their asset algorithm could be improved. The result? Online teams beat their original algorithm in under 3 days with a 271% improvement rate. The prize was just $10,000, saving tens of millions in annual costs. The second external attribute is community and crowds, leveraging external forces for creative design, promotion, and sales. Effect-wise, community or crowds resemble on-demand staff. Both harness external forces. But there's a key difference. You direct on-demand staff, but can't command communities or crowds. Because communities and crowds gather based on shared interests. They offer them compelling ideas, investment opportunities, or attractive rewards to guide their contributions. For example, premium denim brand Guston shared designs publicly, using crowdfunding to let customers choose supported styles. Once the crowdfunding goal is reached, the product gets made and shipped to all supporters. This way, companies avoid product risks and inventory costs. The third external attribute is algorithms. Algorithms refer to systematic methods that mine data resources to provide precise business insights for scientific decision-making. Most traditional companies rely on leaders' intuition for decisions, making them vulnerable to cognitive biases. Back in 2004, someone advised Baidu CEO Robin Li to pivot to mobile internet, but he was overconfident in web search and dismissed mobile as flawed. A classic cognitive bias, optimism bias, overestimating favorable outcomes, overconfidence. Not until 2012, with iOS and Android's rise, did Baidu analyze data and commit to mobile internet through acquisitions. This shows human judgment is unreliable. Even leaders have cognitive biases. Algorithms compensate for human biases by providing objective evaluations. The APA analyzed 17 recruitment studies and found simple algorithms outperform intuition by 25%. Soon, nearly all business insights will be data-driven. The fourth attribute is leveraged assets, essentially leasing or outsourcing. Traditional companies buy nearly all hardware and software themselves. But exponential organizations need none of that. Unless handling scarce resources, the key to the future is owning less. Leasing and outsourcing are standard for cutting asset costs, like cloud computing for data storage. Modern firms skip buying server rooms and managing equipment. Take Apple. They use Foxconn's factories and assembly lines for key products. Innovative, introducing example, pioneered another model from this trend. They gathered expensive manufacturing machines. Members paid small fees for unlimited access. General Electric and Ford Motor have both become loyal customers of this company. Actually, Uber perfectly demonstrates leveraged assets by utilizing idle cars. Airbnb leverages idle homes, NetJets leverages idle private jets. Its leveraged assets attribute enabling incredible expansion speeds. Besides these four external attributes, there's a fifth: engagement. Using bonuses, VC training, or gamification to attract community participation in product feedback sparks problem solving energy that propels exponential organizations forward. This resembles the second attribute, community or crowds, but focuses more on collaborative problem solving. Now to internal attributes. Also five: user interface, dashboard, experimentation, autonomy, and social technologies. These five ensure meticulous and efficient control systems during hyperspeed advancement. The first internal attribute is user interface, a unique way to connect and manage all five external attributes. It filters, evaluates, sorts, and scores externally sourced data to boost system efficiency. Take Uber. Its user interface functions as a selection mechanism. Externally, it's a window for users to find and select drivers. Internally, it uses algorithms to match nearest drivers to user locations. Thus, the user interface attribute frees organizations from handling massive specific tasks. This is vital for data-reliant exponential organizations. Apple's App Store exemplifies this user interface concept, with millions of apps downloads approach hundreds of billions. To manage this volume, an internal editor uses complex algorithms, evaluating downloads, feedback, market data, and popularity, identifying top-ranked apps per category, and curating homepage content based on user preferences. The second internal attribute is the dashboard, which visually displays key company metrics so everyone stays updated on organizational progress. For fast-growing, exponential organizations, dashboards integrate real-time evaluations to prevent minor errors from escalating. For example, many use OKR, objectives and key results, for employee evaluations. This method focuses on two elements: objectives, time-bound goals like quarterly targets, and quantifiable key results to measure achievement. OKR aligns company objectives with individual contributions. This offers more objectivity and traceability than traditional evaluations. Exponential organizations like Intel, Google, and Oracle use this to drive growth. The third internal attribute is experimentation, trial and error product development. Traditional companies treat product development as a slow, linear process where feedback only comes after launch. This demands guaranteed success with no room for failure. The result? Only safe incremental improvements, no disruptive innovation. Exponential organizations treat experimentation as core, encouraging tries and failures. At Google, products get scrapped if they miss targets, no blame attached. The company quickly pivots instead. Some even celebrate failures to reduce employee resistance. Genji awards heroic failure prizes to teams that extract lessons from setbacks. Tata Group presents Dare to Try awards annually to project managers taking big risks. Encouraging experimentation channels resources toward breakthroughs while fostering trust and transparency, minimizing blame shifting. Encouraging employees to embrace trial and error unleashes their initiative, while autonomy channels this initiative to its fullest potential. This is Exponential Organization's fourth internal attribute, autonomy. Many exponential organizations adopt decentralized distributed systems, eliminating multiple management layers. This system gives everyone a channel to voice ideas or creativity. It also reduces leaders' pressure by freeing them from approving every decision. Another advantage: distributed models create diverse teams that outperform homogeneous hierarchical teams at solving complex problems. This aligns perfectly with Darwin's evolutionary theory. Darwin discovered evolution accelerates when small groups separate from the main population and adapt to high-pressure environments. Thus, independent cross-functional small teams are vital for exponential organizations. Valve exemplifies this. No managers, employees freely approve or terminate projects. Through this model, Valve's platform gained 75 million plus active users with 2.5 billion net worth by 2012. The fifth and final internal attribute is social technology. This focuses on internal communication to boost closeness, accelerate decisions, and elevate collective knowledge. The author notes social interaction extends beyond people to objects, ideas, inventory, even meeting rooms. Activity streams like file sharing enable real-time progress tracking and faster remote responses. Addressing emotions prevents burnout and breakdowns, enhancing team vitality and collaboration. Ultimately, social technology boosts transparency, reduces delays, enables quick decisions, and real-time feedback, driving massive ROI. Since exponential organizations thrive in new era challenges, how do you build one? That's the second key takeaway. First, choose an MTP, a massive transformative purpose. Ask yourself, what's the biggest problem I want to solve? Identify the problem domain to conceive your entrepreneurial MTP. Elon Musk dreamed of solving global energy transport and space travel since childhood. Thus, his companies, SolarCity, Tesla, SpaceX, each established MTPs in these fields. Without such drive, ask, what do you truly care about? What should you do? If passion still eludes you, ask two more questions. And what would you do if failure was impossible? If you won $1 billion today, what would you pursue? Through relentless questioning, discover what energizes and drives you. These questions aren't about worldly needs or profit margins. Profit-driven motives alone can't build exponential organizations. An MTP must excite you and attract like-minded people willing to fight for the goal. Step 2. Build a seamlessly collaborating core team. Select independent thinkers with complementary skills. UX designers, programmers, business developers, hiring beyond core as needed. Use on-demand staff to meet workforce demands. After team formation, the first leap is finding breakthrough ideas. Effective approach, pursue ideas driven by problem-solving passion, encourage experimentation, keep iterating. Matternet chose improving transport in developing countries as their MTP. After learning 85% of African roads wash away in monsoons, exploring solutions led to drone delivery, eliminating road repairs. Following this idea, Matternet piloted in Haiti and launched in Bhutan. Now, Amazon has adopted this concept for drone deliveries. With a breakthrough idea, achieving tenfold growth requires building a brand new business model blueprint. For instance, Xiaomi built a hardware plus new retail plus internet services business model, shortening the distance between users and products to create offerings that meet user needs. After setting the blueprint, launch a minimum viable product, a simplified version with core features to validate market entry and gather user feedback. It also helps attract new investors for the next development phase. At this stage, learning, testing, pivoting, and iteration are crucial elements. Companies like LinkedIn, Facebook, and Twitter started with MVPs for their early websites. Those early sites were crude and rough with unclear navigation paths, but they quickly validated core assumptions, understood key user needs, and established fast feedback loops to solve problems effectively. Once the product gains traction, establish customer acquisition channels to attract visitors, convert them to paying users, and build community around the product. When operational, regularly review whether the company applies exponential organization attributes in practice. For example, what's the company's goal? Does the solution leverage algorithms? How to expand the customer base? How to incentivize customer engagement, etc. Regularly revisiting these key questions steers the company toward exponential growth. Today's information age has paved the way for exponential organizations. Emerging startups achieve disruptive growth through advanced tech and breakthroughs, while traditional companies aren't helpless. They can adapt too. By aligning with exponential attributes, they can adjust management models, boost efficiency, and transform successfully. May exponential thinking help you navigate the tides of digital transformation. All right, that concludes our interpretation of exponential organizations. Key takeaways are below the audio. See you tomorrow.